Hey guys, what's up? What's up? Welcome to our daily news special on Prince Miller Entertainment TV, episode number 101. No, episode number 111. How are you guys doing? Welcome to Prince Miller Entertainment TV. Welcome to daily news special. My name is Prince. Remember, guys, to like, share, comment, and follow, and turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our new uploads that we do upload here. Yes, this is part two. This is part two of end of the year review. We are now focusing more on stories that we covered, that we did cover. Yes, from January up to now, and we did a part one a few days ago on Wednesday. You may go and check it on our playlist, on our daily news special playlist. But today is part two. We'll be talking more about what really happened, starting March. Yes, from March. I hope today I'll be able to do March, April, May, June, and next week we'll come back here again, and we will continue with some of the stories that we did cover here on Prince Miller Entertainment TV on Daily News Special. So before I start, I just want to say thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you for liking, for commenting, for watching our videos. We welcome new subscribers. We welcome new family members who are joining us here for the first time here on Prince Miller Entertainment TV. My name is Prince. Remember, guys, to like, share, comment, and follow. Follow us everywhere. We are on Instagram, Prince Miller Entertainment. You're also available on Facebook page, which is Prince Miller Entertainment. We are also available on our Facebook group, which is Prince Miller Entertainment TV. We are also available on Twitter at P Miller ENT, and also on CSI. Yes, our podcast is Prince Miller Podcast. So welcome to the show. Welcome to the channel. And so I will try by all means to remember Pataka Asira last time. If I remember correctly, I was talking about by-elections, and yes, remember muna March pakati by-elections akaitwa, and it was one of those situations that we saw violence ichiitika. Yes, we saw violence ichiitika at that time. We saw again, we saw no, before my by-elections, we still gonna go back to February. Yes, that was a very, very crucial month, February 2022. It was a month whereby we saw my campaign in my by-elections achiitika kunzvimbo dzakasiyana siyana. Takona violence zvakare ichiitika kunzvimbo dzakasiyana siyana, and it was so worrying kuti okay, is this really happening? Next year zvichangoramba here zvakadai so kana kuti zvichange zvakasiyana. And we all know kuti every election comes with its own issues, but my issues atakona muna February aityisa, because we saw a political violence ichiitika. We saw some opposition political parties vachirambidzwa kuita marally in certain areas, certain places, because of police reports. Mapurisa achingonyora achiti zvoni hatina manpower, dzimwe nguva achiti zvoni your political party iri campaign in this area, so you can host your campaign here, and so everything goes back again panyaya dzema-reforms, security reforms, electoral reforms. Takona zvakare zeki zvakare, back and forth with the opposition political parties vasiri kufara nezvenyaya yevoters law. Takona team pachedu ichilikisa some of the voters law roles on Twitter. Zvinzi zvoni nzvimbo yakati paaddress yakati panogara vanhu 10 vanhu 12 vane same address vane same ID number. There was a lot of things. There was a lot of issues happening, issues which were out muna February 2022. We also saw nyaya xenophobia in South Africa, to our brothers and sisters who are working, who are living in South Africa. Nyaya Operation Dudula, February ndopa pisa, January na February, March Operation Dudula pisa. It was also the same time that we lost Elvis Nyati. Yes, we're gonna talk more about Nyaya Elvis Nyati. Inyaya no Suisa. That's a comrade who passed away akapiswa, and akaita zvokupiswa ku Deep Salute in Johannesburg in South Africa. That was, I would say, a cruel thing kuti muna 2022 tichine vanhu vanopisa vamwe vanhu. I mean, we've lost almost like a dozen of Zimbabweans since 2008 vakapiswa through nyaya xenophobia, and inyaya iri very very sensitive, and but I'm gonna be talking a lot about it later on here on this show. And muna February takona zvakare nyaya yema e-passports being issued. The first e-passport was issued on the 7th of February 2022. Ndopakatanga kushandiswa ma e-passport over Zimbabwe every border yanga yaku-accept ma e-passports. And on the first episode ndakataura nakati nyaya yema e-passport yakakwanisa kuimprova panyaya dzemapassports kuti vanhu vakwanise kuwana mapassports on time. Remember, there was also a backlog of almost like 800,000 something passports anga asati aprocesswa and yanga ari musystem. Some they go way back to 2020 2019. Saka pakaintroducwa ma e-passports within 2 or 3 months takona that backlog yo ichiclear. Munhu wese anga ambo apply passport anga asina passport akanotora mapassports ake kumakombe or wherever, which was a very good thing. I mean, they are expensive, of course. People are chemanya mari, which is on it $120, $220. It's a lot of money, but it was worth it at the end of the day, because munhu akwanisa kuwa na passport yake kuti munhu akwanisa kuwa na passport yake on time, pasina kuti anzonomira 3 months or 4 months kuti uone passport. Because remember, some people vanenge vatori nema journeys anenge ari critical ekutoti unenge wadedzwa kubasa kuBotswana kana kuti South Africa kana kuti kuZambia, waona basa, you want to go as soon as Friday or Monday or Tuesday and you need to have a passport. Maybe passport can expire. Saka the issuance of e-passports, it really helped a lot. It really make the whole process easier, and for the people who wanted to have those passports or who wants to have passports. I mean, passport is an essential document that every person must have and should have. License chitupa and also license chitupa ne passport. And so guys, if you're just joining us here, welcome to Daily News Special, episode number 111 here on Daily News, breaking news, everyday news on Prince Mille Entertainment TV. We are just going through some of the topics that we covered in February 2022 as we continue doing our review of the year. The reason why we are doing this review is just to focus on some of the stories that we covered. But remember what some of the stories dzichiri kungoenderera mberi even today, totaura nyaya yemagetsi. I mean, zvataka nezuro zvakatobvira in the beginning of the year, but magetsi aisaenda semaendera akuita ezvino zvekutoti takuspend almost like 18 hours kusina magetsi. So we want to know kuti chii chakanyatsoitika muna February early, because some of us tatokangana kutoti muna February pane zvakaitika panyaya dzemagetsi. So we're going to be focusing much about it here on Daily News, breaking news on Prince Mille Entertainment TV. And so it was also a time of voter mobilization. ZEC launched voter mobilization countrywide in February, and I think it was a very crucial moment for all political parties to urge their supporters to go out there and register to vote. I mean, throughout the year, this year, we've been saying it a lot here on this channel. Register to vote, and so 2,700 centers were launched throughout Zimbabwe, and is my district akawanda, maward akawanda, is vezek vakaendesa vanhu kuti va register kuvota. Kuvota kwagara kwakakosha, and because we can complain on social media, we are tukana, whatsoever. I mean, but kana usina register kuvota, hapana. Some might say kuti kuvota hakuna basa. We've been voting since 1980, but hapana chinochinja. I mean, ndomaonera ako ndomafungiro ako. We can argue the whole day when it comes to nyaya dzekuvota, but personally I believe that you need to play your part as a citizen of Zimbabwe. You need to go out there and register to vote, so that musi wekuvota ufana kuvhotera munhu unenge uchida kuvhotera, kana ari MP unaweza X pana MP wauri kuda, ari councillor wosa X pana councillor wauri kuda, president wosa X pana president unonga uchida. It's a choice, it's a personal choice. Kana MP asina kuperforma semaperformero aweda kuti aite, une sarudzo, une mvumo yekuchuza munhu wese unoda kuvhotera, and hapana anofanira kumbofosa mumwe munhu kuti vhotera ndingiriki, no, iwewe ndiwe unonovhotera munhu waunonga uchida. And saka it's a right for every Zimbabwean citizen to go out there and register to vote. Kana usingaregister kuvhota, it's fine, but don't discourage other people to go out there and register to vote. Zvakakosha, it's very, very crucial. And so ZEC launched 2,700 voter registration centers could try by all means to urge young people to go out there and register to vote. And surprisingly, pakazobuda ma numbers later this year kuti vachatidza kuti vanhu vazhinji they ignored it. Vanhu vazhinji vakaignore register kuvhota. If you check the numbers of people who register to vote, vanhu vashomanana compared to vanhu vari eligible to vote. Ndipo munonomega kuti people are not really serious. Kana dzongwa maybe vanhu vanenge vachita noise pa social media vanenge vasiri muZimbabwe, vanenge vari ku South Africa, vari ku Botswana, vari ku USA, vari ku UK. I think so, because what we witness on social media and what we witness on the ground zvinhu zvakatosiyana kure nekure. I don't know kuti chi, I don't know, I don't understand kuti pa social media vanhu vanenge vachita noise but enda pa voters roll zvakatosiyana. That's why some political parties they always dominate during elections, because vazhinji vanhu vanenge vachivhota pa social media but it doesn't count. And so it was also a time whereby we saw Amekupe splitting from MDC yawa Douglas Monzora. It was a moment of a confrontation between Douglas Monzora and Amekupe at that time. And takazona Amekupe wakuta press conference vachiti zvoni I'm taking away the other part of MDC, which was very interesting. Kuti she's now parting ways with the MDC yawa Douglas Monzora. And again Monzora at that time angwa kuti zvoni hakuna imwe party inonzi MDC kunze kweparty yakasiwa nevatsvangirai. So it was back and forth between Monzora and Amekupe, but hatina kuona time, hapana kupera time Monzora vakazita recall Amekupe. I mean the man was not flexing his muscles, because Amekupe vanga vamboita a press conference vachiti zvoni she's parting ways with MDC yava Douglas Monzora. And takona zvakare mateachers akawanda at that time na February vachisuspendwa to nyaya yemasalaries. And remember zvikoro zvakanonoka kuvhurwa this year, mateachers akawanda akati even if zvikoro zvakazovhurwa isusu hatisi kuenda kuchikoro. Saka ndangangoti maybe 6% or so of teachers wouldn't attend kuvhurwa kwezvikoro muna February. Vakasuspendwa mateachers yaya, they were suspended by the government because vakaramba kuteerera kuti vaya kuzodzidzisa vana kuzvikoro. And nyaya yemateachers inyaya iri very complicated, because they've been on strike since 2021 2022. Saka vane nyaya dzavo dzekutoti hurumende yakambozama nepainokwanisa this year kuti vaadresse some of their concerns. Takazona monetary benefits non-monetary benefits. In fact, we're going to be talking about it again later on this show as we do my reviews. Nyema teachers inya it is very, very complicated. And I mean, but I still think that they do deserve every cent. They are asking for 540 US dollar per month. In fact, it show Mario, because if you compare our teachers, the teachers are South Africa or other countries, they are earning way more than 540 US dollar. Saka ndo Mario ari kuda iwo, but remember kuti zvoni haikwanisi kubhadhara ma teachers that much, which is 540 US dollar. That's for the least paid teacher. And vari kuti hanzi Mario yakawandisa. And so we did also cover nyama campaigns. I mean, nyama campaign akaitika from ZANU-PF, Triple C, MDC Alliance. I mean, izvo zvinotoda another episode and yes, my campaign in February, my by-elections antoda another episode because there are so many promises that politicians were promising the people, including ZANU-PF wakapromisa vanhu kuApril my title deeds and ndiyo nyaya zvakare yachakurukura nezvayo later on this show, later on as we continue covering my reviews because it's now almost like, let's say, a year and vanhu kuApril vastand atomboziva kuti matitle deeds achauya here or whatsoever. I mean, inyaya zvakare iri complicated again nyaya yematitle deeds because according to what ZANU-PF said, hurumende in fact vamunangagwa zvavakataura vari kuApril vakaenda kuApril ka2 first for the campaigns and vakazoenda zvakare vachitenda supporters for voting for ZANU-PF. Remember kuti April yakatorwa neZANU-PF and vaiti zvoni pane vanhu vachada kuzomuvwa from certain places vachiendeswa to other places. Pachaitwa a new way of a new map yekugadzika vanhu vakavaka zvisiri pamutemo. Pane vamwe vanhu vakavaka panzvimbo dzisipose kuenda marodhi, dzisipose kuenda mashopping center. I mean, my informal settlements vamwe vacho vachabviswa and vachakompensetwa obviswa ovakira dzimwe dzimba, but all know kuti hurumende have been promising to build houses for many people, not just my informal setters but vanhu vakazhinji, my civil servants, but vana vachingotaura padzimwe nguva they really don't fulfill their promises. Saka the whole issue yematitle deeds ekuApril is I won't say it's a pipe dream. I would say it's a process and matitle deeds ekuApril and fungo tanobuda anytime soon. Ndopane nyaya yangu ipapa. But anyway, we're gonna be talking a lot about it again as we continue covering nyaya dzakasiyana-siyana. And so if you're just joining us here, welcome to Daily News Special on Prince Mille Entertainment TV. We continue where we left on Wednesday. We are covering nyaya dzakasiyana-siyana that we did throughout the year since January. Now it's February. We're talking about nyaya dzakasiyana-siyana. I mean, it's very interesting to know that some of the problems that we have right now in December akatotanga even in January, but Sajinji we always forget okay, pakambetika this, pakambetika that. So this is just a review of what happened from January, February, March, April, May, June up to now in December. And so there were also 16 political parties which contested by-elections March 2022 and March 26. Political parties contesta angari 16, but pama results akazobuda takaona Triple C neZANU-PF ndo ma two political parties akakwanisa kuwina ma candidates and ma council seats nema MP seats. And is pane one political party, I think one yakakwanisa kuto one councillor somewhere. I'm gonna do a research about that, but mainly Triple C and ZANU-PF doma two many political parties who managed to grab most of the seats. In MDC Alliance vamonzora yakatadza kana kuona seat kana one and pama match by-elections akaitwa. And so civil servants muna January vaitambira $175 per month ndo mari dzavaitambira. I mean, it's so little, but vakazowedzera zvavo. And as I said earlier on that now kwane non-monetary benefits and pane bonuses amwe vakapuwa zvakare muna December. We're gonna be talking about we're gonna be talking again about it. We're gonna be talking about it later on here on this show. And so it was also a time of it was also a sad time because ndonguva yakashaya Sarah Mahoka, yes, who was a close friend of Dr. Grace Dr. Amai Grace Mugabe. She passed away on February 18, 2022. May he so rest in peace, Sarah Mahoka passed away, and it was a very sad moment. It was also the first time that we saw First Lady Amai Mugabe appearing in public since the coup. Yeah, since the coup. Since the coup, Amai Mugabe achamubva tazomboona futi takataka kusaona pa wakanobata maoko kwamahoka, and so yeah, tongodzorera murugare kuna Sarah Mahoka, and so it was also a time whereby kwainzi kune nzara, and gore rino kune nzara muna February, and government yakabva yavhura zvakare maborder kutoti people wants to import maize, can import maize. Takanzwa kuti zvoni hurumende yedu yakutenga chibage kuZambia, ndo nguva yacho zvakare muna February this year tichinzwa nyaya yekuti the government reopens borders and they've lifted the maize import ban, and February 16 hurumende yanga kutaura nyaya yekulifta ban on maize because vaiti zvoni kune drought, and so it was also a sad moment zvakare because Charles Yohane akashaya akabayiwa nebanga in South Africa. He was hijacked in Joburg nematambudziko kumhuri yese Yohane. I mean, we've lost so many of our sisters, brothers in South Africa due to nyaya yekuhijekwa, yekurayiwa, yekupondwa, yekupfurwa nepfuti. I mean, South Africa it's bad. It's really bad. Not just for foreigners only, but even for local people. I mean, SA is one of I don't want to say much about it, but South Africa kwakaipa. We've lost so many, and we are and tikuramba tichingoluza vanhu vakawanda Zimbabweans who are based in South Africa. Charles Yohane, he's a former football player, a superstar. Yes, by that time, when he was hijacked, he was doing Uber. Yes, mari achitozve Uber achitakura vanhu, and ndo basa riri very dangerous in South Africa iroro reUber, because you never know kuti uri kutakura munhu akaita sei. Some people vanenge vatone amwe ma-intentions avanenge vanawo, and saka it's a very risky job. I know we have Zimbabweans who are doing it, but most of them are quitting. Vazhinji vakutosiya Uber because life is too short. It's too short to be in that kind of industry whereby vazhinji are being kidnapped, vazhinji are being killed because of various reasons. Pakaipa, and so nematambudziko zvakare kune mhuri yese yekwaYohane nekurasikirwa kwamaketwa naCharles Yohane, and so it was also Musengezi situation versus ED. Remember, Musengezi is the man who is challenging President Emerson Mnangagwa ku High Court because of what happened in 2017. The main resurfaces because in January tamutaura on the part 1 that mapurisa vaimutsvaga Musengezi vachida kumuinterview more about his situation. I mean, it seems like ED was trying by all means to intimidate Stephen Musengezi. And there was a time whereby they were saying that the man is not a ZANU-PF supporter, and the man had to prove himself, saying, you know what, I'm a ZANU-PF supporter, ndine card zemusangano, and we had kuti anzi pakaregister kuti ajoine ZANU-PF akashandisa address isiriyo. I mean akatombosungwa futi. Saka motomera kutoti they were trying by all means to force him to withdraw that high court process, and so it was also a moment whereby amekupe vanga makuwa pa social media anga kutenderera. I mean, kuti amekupe she wants to join CCC. Amekupe wants to join CCC. Amekupe wants to join CCC. Wanakwana achiti zona aiwa, we don't want Amekupe ku CCC. That's the other thing about Zimbabweans when it comes to the politics. Feelings pa politics aiwa, because wakasama feelings pa politics unofana heart attack and unofana heart attack. There are no permanent friends, there are no permanent enemies in politics, but there are people with interest, and ndonya yetongoripo pa nyaya dzepolitics. You have to understand kuti wacho wamunenge muchiti zvoni nigirikini akamaka nigirikini vanenge vachitofonerana behind closed doors, vachitomwa tea vese, vachitoti chimomira mira after 2 weeks, vanhu vanenge vachitozivana, but we as the people, we end up some in our hearts, yeah, in our brains. That's why it's on political violence ichitika. Reason why is because some people they don't think. Hatifani kutomborovanirana politics, hatifani kutombobvisirana maziso because of Mugabe or Chamisa or Mnangagwa. No, that's wrong, because I know my politicians vanenge vatoti pabasa andika. So Amekupe warming up to join Triple C was something that many people didn't like. When I wonder on social media, they didn't like it, but they forget that Amekupe, she's a hard worker. You may not like her personally, but Amuno Kuti, she can mobilize. It's rare nowadays to find women in politics who can stand for themselves. Because they feel intimidated by men. But Amekupe Muno Kuti and andozvimirira ega. And once she believes in something, she will continue doing that. She will continue going that. I mean, like in 2018, when 2017 actually, 2017, 2018, when she was having back and forth with Chamisa, dangari munhu Amekupe vangadai vakazviramwa vakati nowati, but vakaramba vakatseka chepakati, and it's what it is. She didn't do well though, but she managed to garner at least 45,000 votes by that election yakasitwa muna 2018 and so ndimwe nyaya zvakare zvakaitika muna March no muna February, yes, muna February 2022 and so back again panyaya Dudula. I mean donya zvakare yainetsa earlier this year. Operation Dudula is a operation whereby vanhu South Africans, local South Africans are saying that Zimbabweans needs to go back to their own country. Zimbabweans, reason why Zimbabweans is because ndisu vanhu vari kunyanyo simbirira mabasa avanenge vachida ivo. Ndisu vanhu vanenge vari pamaspaces avanenge vachida ivo kuti vakwanise kuitawo sema-citizens emuSouth Africa, like kutengesa murodhi, pamastores, pama-free markets. They want to have those spaces. And I mean, truly speaking, I don't think zvinombonakidza kuenda kumpedza namo uchiona kwakazara ma-Congolese, kwakazara vanhu vekunigeria, vanhu vekuuganda. I mean, iwo uchisvika uchitsvagawo space onzi hapana space, but munhu wekuzambia ari kutoya achiona space kumpedza namo. I don't think vanofara nazvo izvozvo. So I do feel where they are coming from. They want the government of South Africa to put them first, and they want them to put them first. So Operation Dudula yakanyanyopisa muna February, and at the same time ndo pakatanga hondo yeku-Ukraine, whereby the Zim embassy was also advising Zimbabwean citizens kuti kana kune vari ku-Ukraine chochogadzirai kuti muende ku-Poland. And vanhu vazhinji vakatanga kuseka vakati chii chiri kuitika, but it was a real situation even today. Kuchine hondo iriko between Russia and Ukraine, so the Zim embassy could not help Zimbabweans who were in Ukraine. The only thing they did at that time was to advise the Zimbabweans who were based in Ukraine to go to Poland. And it was also at the same time whereby Wamonzora was also talking about nyaya GNU, which is Government of National Unity. I mean, earlier this year Wamonzora vanga vane plan kuti waifunga kuti kana kuti with the meetings that the men had with ED, the men wanted to have a government of national unity. Maybe it was on the cards, maybe it didn't work well for them. Maybe ZANU-PF yakona kuti MDC Monzora doesn't have anything to offer panyaye government of national unity. So the men were saying that GNU plans are imminent, which means kuti we need to sit down to pass to a dialogue to a government of national unity so that we can solve some of the issues which are affecting our country, Zimbabwe. That was in January, February this year. But tamna December, GNU anama virambo apachakaitika. And so with me back then when I feel about it, it doesn't make sense because that's why I need almost like a year or a year and a half to go for elections. Why is the man talking about Nyaya government of national unity? We should be talking about Nyaya Zima reforms so that we can have my elections in 2023 next year. So his plans for government of national unity didn't do succeed, and it was also a moment of I would say uh shock whereby we were talking about nyaya ya Mugabe kuti Mugabe wa fukunure kubva kwazvimba vaende no radzikwa ku Heroes Acre. I mean inyaya ichiri zvakare kutenderera handika, and it was, or it's still a very weird situation for the government to push for Mugabe kuti vafukunyure kwazvimba vaende ku National Heroes Acre. I mean, it's a process, and it's a process, and muna February this year, Grace Mugabe is she was also saying, you know what, Mugabe vaida kuti vavigwe kwazvimba ikoko, so there's no need for us to tivafukunyure tiende twaendese ku Heroes Acre. So there were also court battles that we saw again between the Mugabe family and the other family vachizona Mugabe ngavafukunyurwe vaendeswe ku Heroes Acre. And so it was also a time whereby Triple C, they had to respond to those rumors of Amekupe kunzi Amekupe vada kujoina Triple C, Yawachamisa as a new political party, and the Triple C was saying, okay, she can join the party, but she can join the party as a card carrier member. And is everybody is welcome to Triple C, but Amekupe cannot join a Triple C. She needs to join the party as a card carrier member because the pressure was there. Mama streets anga kupisa. People were now asking kuti Amekupe tukunzonzo join a Triple C zvikufamba sei, but they had to say something regarding to that. And so it was also a moment of madness because European Union did renew some sanctions against Zimbabwe on February 2022, and saka nyaya sanctions yakabvira kudhara. Every year vanoreview sanctions muna February. America vanoreview muna March, I think, but European Union review muna February. America vanoreview muna March, and so muna February EU renews sanctions against Zimbabwe, and they also advise Zimbabwe that they need to implement reforms. They need to look on those reforms to implement them so that sanctions are visque. And so muna March 2022 takona hurumende ichitaura nyaya yema-councillors kuti ma-councillors edu anofana kuva ane minimum qualifications, which I do agree 100%, because remember the Pomona deal, and the Pomona deal area kuti ma-councillors akangosaina madeal ekupomona, but vanonzwisisa kuti fine print yepapomona deal yakamira sei. Ndikutaura nyaya yedump site yekupomona whereby the council was supposed to pay almost like $60,000 US dollar per day or whatsoever for the next 30 years. Makansela akangosaina bepa asina kuziva kuti chii. And so ma-councillors hurumende yadzoni pama-councillors kuti vaqualify kuve ma-candidates, they must have a minimum qualification, maybe 5 O levels with English and maths. And personally it will make sense. At least councillor akakwanisa kuerenga chirungu akakwanisa work maths, I think it will help. It will help a lot because that Pomona deal, it exposed the councillors. At that time it was before my by-elections akazoitwa muna March aya. And so some people might say it was a political move by MDC yaMonzora to sign that deal so that we remained in our MDC alliance. I don't know, but besides that, Pawakazo explained it my councillors okay, this is what you signed for. Okay, boys, they didn't know kuti chicha vari kusaina. And so the government was proposing that councillors needs to have a minimum qualification. And South Africa so it was as I speak about nyaya operation Dudula, there was also a time of nyaya permits Zimbabweans who are living and working in South Africa. Yeah, I mean, this year this has been one of the main topics that we did talk about here on this channel. Is, I mean, we saw the South African Home Affairs Minister Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi vachitaura nezvenyaya yekuscrapa permits, Zimbabwean exemption permits for the Zimbabweans who are living and working in South Africa. And saka many organizations in South Africa were saying that the scrapping of those permits will cause humanitarian crisis to many Zimbabweans who are, who are working and living in South Africa, because most of these people have already established their lifestyles in South Africa. And saka ndonyaya zvakare yekutoti 2023 we're gonna be talking a lot about it, because my permits aka-extendwa at that time muna February to 6 months, because aifana ku-expire muna end of this December, and December ino ndipo aifana ku-expire ma permits yayo. Yeah, aifana ku-expire rini, aifana ku-expire muna December 31st of December 2022, and akazo extendwa for another 6 months to next year muna June, and 2023 muna June 31st ndo pari ku-expire permits Zimbabweans who are living and working in South Africa. So this year it's going to be a very crucial year for many Zimbabweans who are in South Africa to wrap up everything, kumabasa, kuma bank accounts. I mean, it's that time that they need to pay. Kuneva asina apply my general work permits, and according to what I read a few days ago, it's only like 6% of 180,000 Zimbabweans apply my mainstream permits. So which means that the number is very, very low. Most Zimbabweans haven't applied for those mainstream permits. Ndochokwadi chichongoripo. Vazhinji vakatongomirira zuva kuti musi wakati totongorova pasi. Some people are going home now muna December, they are not coming back. Others, they're gonna they're gonna come back for another 6 months. Some are saying, you know what, it's also to no gara, whether it's in a permit or it's in a permit. So it's a story that we're gonna be talking a lot about it here on this channel next year, like 2023. I mean, it's a very sad situation, but at the end of the day, you have to understand that South Africa have its own problems, that they need to put first. And we as Zimbabweans, we are foreigners, tine nyika yedu zvakare Zimbabwe, and so it's a sad situation. It's a sad, because most Zimbabweans have already established their lifestyle, their lives in South Africa. Vamwe vakauya 10 years, 15 years, 20 years vari mu South Africa. Saka zvinhu zvinozongorwadza kungonzi chipfeke mabhegi murowe pasi, and because of ABCD. So it was also a time whereby we saw Prosecutor General Hodzi Kumbirai resigned, and yes, Prosecutor Hodzi vakaresigna muna March, and it was also a time whereby Mboneni Ncube was killed in Kwekwe, and yes, the man was killed in Kwekwe muna February during my by-elections akaitwa kukwekwe. I mean, as I said earlier on, that pama campaign akaitwa muna February 2022, it's a whole episode, it's a whole like show that I can do separately, because it was horrific. Okay, this is happening. So even that 2023 pama campaign chaona zvakare political violence ichiitika. We lost Mboneni Ncube The reason why we lost him was because of reckless, was because of people who are brainwashed, was because of politicians who don't understand good politics takamera say. They still have that guerrilla politics of saying which can would support this guy urumtengesi, support this guy urumtengesi. But they forget that we are all Zimbabweans at the end of the day. If you look closely on how Mboneni Ncube was killed in Kwekwe, wanakamuraya vanhu vasiri kure, vanhu vekutoti vaitomuziva, vanhu vekutoti vakatokura naye munharaunda iyoyo. So how can you kill someone else because of a political party anenge achisapota iyoyo? So that violence which happened in Kwekwe it's one of many I would say incidents that were not supposed to happen by-elections campaigns akaitwa muna March muna 2022. So tongotizorera murugare kuna Mboneni Ncube. We send condolences messages to the family. And remember the man akasiya mwana diki. I mean she is like 3 to 4 years old. Mwana akasiwa na Mboneni Ncube. Mwana achazokura achiudzwa kunzi baba vako vakaurayiwa because of vaisapota this political party. Zvinhu zvinongorwadza kuti tine vanhu vekutoti vanotosadza kunonouraya munhu because of a political party anenge achisapota. This is so sad, man. It's really sad. It was a very sad moment. So pane vanhu 15 vakasungwa muna March and 11 of them were released. Pakazosara vanhu 4 handika vainzi ndo vakata mhosva kana kuti maprosecutor vakazoona kunge ava ndo vane mhosva. Handika nyaya iyi hatinazomuzwa kuti yakafamba sei yaMboneni Ncube. Last time I heard about it was 11 released, 4 remained remand. And so if I hear anything about nyaya yaMboneni Ncube, I'm gonna be back here on, of course I'm gonna keep you guys up to date. But it was a very sad moment, a very sad situation, unfortunate situation. And yeah, zvinongorwadza so kuti mumwe munhu anonouraya mumwe munhu because of political party anenge achisapota. That was so sad. That was so sad, man. That was so sad. So guys, thank you very much for listening. Yes, man, I want to go on and on, but yeah, we continue again next week. And next week, I'm thinking next week on Tuesday, yes, afternoon. Yes, I mean, I'm gonna put a flyer on here, and we continue. We continue because we have so many ground to cover, and regarding to stories that we did cover this year since January. We have so many stories that we need to talk about, and we have a lot of ground to cover. So I'm hoping that next week Tuesday is afternoon. Of course, I will come back here. Then we can continue discussing more stories. So we're gonna end March in the middle of March, and we're gonna continue again next week on Tuesday. As for now, I just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. Yes, a Merry Christmas to all our viewers, to all our subscribers, to our family members who are here, who are watching us, who shall watch us later. Have a Merry Christmas to those who celebrate Christmas, and travel safe. And at the same time, be safe wherever you are listening and watching us from. Yeah, have a blessed weekend, guys. Thank you very much for being part of us here on this channel. Thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you very much for following us. Thank you very much for for being here. It really means a lot. And I just want to say, have a blessed weekend, holiday, and let's meet again on Tuesday afternoon as we continue talking about nyaya dzakasiyana-siyana. I mean, we still have a lot to cover, a lot to talk about, and so tine nyaya dzakawanda. So if you're just joining us here, you're a bit late, but you can still rewatch this live here on our favorite channel, which is Prince Mille Entertainment TV, which is our daily news special, episode number 111. So let's meet again next week on Tuesday afternoon, and we'll continue more about nyaya dzakasiyana-siyana, nyaya dzekuchikurukura, nyaya dzatakaita gore rino here on this channel. And so if you haven't subscribed, just subscribe to the button. And my name is Prince. Let's meet again on Tuesday. You have a Merry Christmas. You have a Merry Christmas to you and your families. Remember, stay safe, Let's meet again next week on Tuesday. Thank you for being part of us. And thank you once again for liking, sharing. Bless up. Thank you.